We're back with Chris and Lacey Buchanan, and Lacey has written this beautiful book called Through the Eyes of Hope. You'll enjoy it so much, just learning about this journey that this family has taken. We left off with Christian entering the world and just seeing, because you didn't know all of the challenges that Christian would have. Tell me what that was like, as getting used to a world where people were staring at Christian. And there is a moment in the book, Lacey, where you talk about just wanting to hide your child because people just continue to glare at the fact that Christian doesn't have any eyes and had multiple surgeries. Tell us about that challenge that God had given you as well.
Yeah, it was hard at first to watch people look at Christian, and you could just see by the looks on their face, or sometimes they would say things and they were automatically judging and assuming about this child based on the way he looked. And as his mother, no matter what he looked like, I think he's beautiful. I think he's wonderful and perfect. And I know the beauty of his soul. I carried him for 9 months, and it devastated me that there were people who couldn't see that because of the outward appearance. And it was very difficult. And I started putting a blanket over his car seat and over his stroller, and I just wanted to block out the world. Yeah, protect him, and it was unreal, the amount of people who would come up and ask me to remove the blanket to see him. Unreal. They had no idea, they just wanted to see a baby. But it got to the point where, God just sort of spoke to me and said, don't hide this baby. And little did I know what message we would have to share with the world later. But I quit hiding him, and I just learned how to handle people and deal with it graciously and confidently, and, hopefully instill that in Christian as well.
And this was a challenging time for both of you as a married couple as well, Chris, right? There are multiple surgeries that Christian had to go through from 4 days old, traveling to different cities, and just understanding all that was happening. Tell us about that.
Well, when you're looking at an outward appearance like into our life from a normal family standpoint to what we were dealing with, it was just so stressful. Like, we're always having to do stuff. We were always tired. When Christian was very small, it was hard to, keep happy, try to soothe him, things like that. So it was just a very stressful time on us, I think, physically and emotionally. So it kind of, put a little bit of a dividing line between us, because we were just always so tired, and just tired of all of the stress. And, with her, she's talking about the people staring. It took me a little longer to have more grace to it, because I guess being the father and stuff, it was just being very protective. I did not really like that people just staring off and doing the second look, and I was like, he's just a baby, he's a little boy. So, it was a very stressful time for us, and I think it really interfered in our relationship, but it's turned around. So
statistics show that a lot of marriages actually end up breaking up when it comes to having a child that has special needs. And so I think there's an opportunity here of bringing hope as well, to show that you two were able to just grow closer through this.
Yeah, well, I feel by no means that I am qualified to give marriage advice, but, some things that we have learned. I'm qualified, I think, to give life experience advice maybe. We have learned that God is big enough that there is nothing that we can mess up so bad that he couldn't fix it. There's like a little saying that says, you're not powerful enough to mess something up so bad that God can't handle it, and so that's comforting to know that, God is sovereign over that as well. And so it's sometimes like a control issue. We've just kind of sometimes got to hand it to him and let him take over and deal with it. So that's been a thing that we've learned a lot. And communication has as well, learning to communicate with each other better and more often, and express our feelings and learn to deal with it that way, because there was a time where we weren't communicating at all. We were so there was such a dividing line between us. We weren't communicating, and I think if we had, it would have made things go a lot smoother, a lot faster. So
you're just dealing with day to day.
Yeah, sometimes it was minute by minute was all that we could take, and so we didn't always have time to work on our marriage as much as we wanted to. But that's when we had to just hand it over to God, and I can't do this. It's not in my power to fix this anymore. So here, God, have your way.
All right. Well, we want to meet the men of the hour, because I think it's very exciting. They're making their way over. Now, get us up to date. So Christian is now 6 years old, and you had a second little boy named Chandler. and they're coming on. So tell us about Christian. So Christian's in school now.
He is. He's in kindergarten.
Okay,
yes.
so this is Chandler. Hey, Chandler.
Hey, can you sit with Daddy? You sit with
All
Daddy.
right,
Come here,
and Christian is making his way up.
Hey, bud. Yeah, Christian does karate.
He does
So,
karate.
Yeah. Come here, buddy. Come here, right here. Right here. Right here. Come here. Come to me.
So Christian's in karate and he's in school as well.
Yeah. Do you like school?
Hi, Christian.
Can you say hi?
Hi, Chandler.
Can you say hello? Hey. Hi.
Say hi.
Do you remember my voice from the green room?
Yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, he's
So,
doing great.
Yeah,
in
update
school.
us.
He's doing great in school.
Okay.
He takes karate. He actually has his first belt, so he's practicing to test for his second belt. We're not there yet, but he's working on it.
Yeah.
So pretty impressive. Yeah. And so
that noise.
yeah.
What's that noise?
Well, hold on.
Ooh, it's-
He hears some noises. He's a very curious, very intelligent fella.
Yep.
He knows, what's going on. Don't ever let him fool you. He's really smart. Him and his brother, everybody wants to know about their relationship. They are so typical of brothers. They pick at each other, they wrestle, they love each other, they fight. I mean, they fuss over toys. They're best buddies. Here, you got to sit up for a minute.
Thank you so much, guys, for joining us today. Again, the book is called Through the Eyes of Hope, and you're going to want to get your copy as soon as you can. Stay with us. We'll be right back.